dedé. Ela dançou, hoje ela dançou até que doeu o pé. Ela dançou, hoje ela dançou.
You know, I wish that cameras would have like smell vision, because right now what I'm smelling is fish and the ocean. So yeah, I'm in Lisbon, Portugal. I already arrived on Tuesday, but I've been here basically today, Saturday. So I've been here for 5 days, but I've been only working. Today I have 1 day basically to explore the city. So yeah, I thought I'll take you with me. We're starting here in the main square. It's called the Praca de Comercio. If my Portuguese doesn't suck, and I think it does. But it's like the main square in the city center. I think it's a very nice place to start the day, and then you can kind of branch out from here. I think I'm gonna look around here, explore the architecture, and then I'm gonna go to a flea market. Portugal's most famous flea market. So I'm on my way to the flea market now, and the nice thing about the flea market is kind of located in Alfama. Alfama is kind of like the old town of Lisbon, so it has these like really narrow streets, sometimes wide squares, and like really old buildings. Actually, a lot of Airbnbs are also in this area, so you can also stay here. Like I stayed last time I was here in June last year. I stayed over there. I'm on my way to the flea market now. It's another 10 minutes walking or something. Hope it's cool. With the visit to the flea market. I'll put the name of it down below, I forgot what it's called, but it's really big, probably like double the size that we have in Vienna, and it's like a lot of different streets. And yeah, I'd give it a 3.5 flea markets out of 5. Yeah, it's pretty big. You have a lot of variety. They have like people selling actually the old stuff, as you would expect from a flea market. But then you also got like new stuff and stores and stuff. It's pretty crowded. There's also some just people just selling stuff out of the car basically. And yeah, I think 3.5. But I just didn't find anything personally that I wanted. You know, that's why 3.5. But definitely recommend it. And I forgot to mention, but I think they're doing it every Tuesday and every Saturday every week. So yeah, if you're here on a Tuesday, on a Saturday, I can definitely recommend it. Probably it's going to be less busy on a Tuesday. Our next stop is going to be Alfama. I'm going to explore it a bit before going for some lunch and down to the river.
Ela dançou até que doeu o pé. Ela dançou, hoje ela dançou. Ela dançou no boteco do Dedé. Ela dançou, hoje ela dançou. Ela dançou até que doeu o pé.
Wardrobe change. I just went back to the hotel because I forgot my memory card for the camera, and I took the opportunity to change because it's kind of getting hot. But now that I came back up, it's actually it's actually getting cold again. But anyways, so the area you saw in where I was it was called Alfama, and I already said it's like the old town, and it's also a Castello area. But the thing about it is it's, well, obviously it's really nice, as you saw probably, but it's also very, well, touristy. And there's a shit ton of people everywhere. So generally eastern Lisbon, like the Alfama area, the Castello area, yeah, it's very, very, very popular. So yeah, a lot of tourist traps, a lot of tourists. So if you're there, like, kind of try to go a bit off the beaten path if you can. And I'm also walking towards the direction of my lunch spot, which is a really nice, kind of like a cool spot in the city where you can try a lot of different food. Hope it's gonna be soon because I'm really hungry. Slight change of plans. There were so many fucking people in there. There was no place to sit, and you had to wait in line for like 30 minutes to buy something. But what I did buy was like a cream cake. I'll show you in a second. What I bought was this. This is Pasteis de Nata, which is like a Portuguese kind of national dish. And it's really good. And this store, it's called Manteigaria. I'll put a link in the description, but it's really, really good. It's the best in the city. And the reason why is because you can actually taste the egg inside this still. So it's made with egg yolk, but you can actually still taste the egg, and it's not just sweet. Really good. You can put like cinnamon on it, but I kind of like the original taste. So good. So yeah, but that's not lunch, so I still have to find a place to eat. I have plans, since lunch wasn't possible at that location. I'm kind of walking towards kind of the next place I wanted to go to anyways and show you. But they also have food there, so think I'm gonna be able to eat some food there.
I made it, what you can see behind me, it's called the LX Factory. So I think this whole area used to be like a factory, but now they turned it into like this artist hub slash restaurant slash stores. And they also have one of the like most famous bookstores in the world here. Now at the LX Factory, I think it was cool. And then yeah, I looked around a bit. Yeah, I already saw a lot of things last time, so not that interesting anymore. But I can definitely recommend coming here if you are anyways going to like the western part of Lisbon. That thing over there, because you cannot see it because of the trees right now, but that thing over there is the Belem Tower. I think the Belem Tower is it kind of like is at the very edge of like the Lisbon River. And like right up there is already the Atlantic Ocean. Yeah. So basically, what this marks kind of is the spot where like all of the Portuguese explorers. And there's gonna be a second monument that I'll show you a bit later. But where all the Portuguese explorers kind of like settled out to explore the world. So you know, Magellan and I guess Christopher Columbus and stuff like that. Yeah, they kind of set up. And yeah, you can actually go inside the tower as well and climb up to the top. Where the people are, but yeah, I'm cheap, so I didn't really bother doing that. Actually, but instead I flew my drone, so last time, so I'll show you some of the footage in a moment.
I am sitting at this bar trying to forget all the fun we used to have. Even though I'm better and time has passed, now I wonder where your mind's at. In my dreams.
So now at the second spot behind me, what you can see is the monument I mentioned earlier, where like all of the Portuguese explorers kind of settled into the sea to discover countries like the US and India or something. And yeah, you can also go inside again, but you have to pay. And again, I'm cheap, so I'm not gonna do that. But I think it's pretty nice to see. And it's really close to the Belem Tower, so you can kind of do it just as one thing. And then there's like a third thing that I'm gonna go to in a moment.
Make you feel free, be mine tonight, and feel your blue skies within. Do you think of me when you're on your way home, holding hands along the tracks? I'm dancing hours away, but I still feel alone.
3 out of 3, which is the thing we can see behind me. So it's another 10-minute walking from the monument before, and it is the MAAT, which stands for Museum of Architecture and Technology. It's a museum, so it's basically two buildings. It's this one, like it's kind of like old brick houses, and then the other one, which is kind of like a famous building. I'll show you in a second. That's the second building. Downstairs there's the museum. I think that's it for here. And I'm gonna take another electric scooter ride to go back to the city, basically, to see some sun set over the city from one of the viewpoints.
Make you feel free, be mine tonight, and feel your blue sky within. all the trips we had, our adventures, all the waterfalls and the wild waters, hanging off the cliffs, counting all the shadows. And now we're in the shadows. I wanna feel your blue sky within, so deep in you. I'm blinded by your bittersweet shine. I get what you need, I'll make you feel free. Be mine tonight and feel my blue sky within. I get what you need, I'll make you feel free. Be mine tonight and feel my blue.
Made it to where I wanted to be, which is now I think it's called the viewpoint of the Saint something, but it's yeah, it's probably one of the best views you can get over the city. When you are inside the city, you can always kind of see these trees over there. It's kind of like towering over the city, but then once you get actually here, yeah, you basically have the whole city at your feet. And it's actually not that popular, like, comparatively, because you actually have to take, like you saw the stairs before, it's a lot of stairs and you have to walk them all up. But yeah, once you get here, really nice viewpoint, and yeah, definitely recommend it coming here, basically for sunset or sunrise even better, because there's gonna be less people. I think I'm just gonna stick around here for a bit longer, and then there's one more spot that's kind of like 5 minutes from here that I kind of want to check out. I don't know if it's gonna be, it might be full, so I might not actually see it, but I have some footage from last time because I already was there, and yeah, it's pretty cool. So yeah, enjoy some nice footage over Lisbon now, and then see you in the next spot, hopefully. So I got lucky and got the last seat inside the cafe slash restaurant slash theater. So the place that I went, it's called Theater de Gargarem or something. And then the coffee, there's also a coffee, so it's a theater slash coffee. And yeah, the coffee place is kind of like downstairs from the theater, and it's really nice because you get like this really great view over Lisbon basically, and you can sit right at the window. They have there's like a window still, and you can sit there. Right now I'm going back to my hostel. I guess I'm gonna finish today's vlog there, and yeah, talk a bit more about Lisbon, like the other things that you can see, because I basically only showed you what you can see in like 24 hours. I mentioned earlier is, today was like a quick run of Lisbon, so I'm really tired as well. Normally it would take obviously a lot more time to explore things. First up, I said that the eastern part is mostly like the Alfama and the old town and everything, but there's actually like beyond that there's like a few things that you can visit. There's Vasco da Gama, which is the Vasco da Gama bridge, which is the longest bridge in Europe, and it's pretty cool. I can show you some pictures that I took last year. I went there for like one evening, and then a bit before that there's the Oceanarium, which is, well, basically like a zoo, kind of like ocean zoo. Yeah, and then there's also like there used to be like a World Expo here, so the kind of like the old area is like a park, I think, science park or something. Then in the western part where I went to Belem, there's another really nice museum that we went to. I forgot the name, but I'll look it up and then I'll put it down here and then in the description as well. But it hosts like modern art and old art as well. It's really nice, and it also really has a really nice garden with a great view. Yeah, I can definitely recommend that as well. And just the general area around that is also kind of like traditionally cool. I kind of like that. And yeah, there's some other things, like there's the Eduardo VII Park, like a famous park. There's a lot of other museums, and there's a Fado museum, for example. And yeah, if you're even longer, then I can also recommend doing like day trips. So last time we went to 2 places within one day. One was Cabo da Roca. Cabo da Roca is kind of like, it's the westernmost point of continental Europe. So it's as far west as you can go. It's kind of like an hour or a half, 1 hour and a half away from here by train or bus. But yeah, it's a really cool place. It's like really cliffy. I can show you some video. I think I have some drone footage of that. Yeah, and also nearby Cabo da Roca, there is another really famous place. It's called Sintra. Sintra is it's like an old castle, a very colorful castle that's kind of high perched up on a hill. And yeah, it's also very famous place to visit. You get some great views. Technically, when we went, it was really cloudy and foggy, so we didn't get any views, but otherwise you get some great views over like the area. And also the castle itself is pretty interesting to visit. Yeah, and then even beyond that, if you have even more time, you can visit things like Porto, like another city, or the Algarve, or you can go to beaches in summer. Yeah, I think Portugal overall is a really cool country to visit, and I hope I'm definitely gonna go back here someday, because it's probably Lisbon, I have to say, is probably my favorite kind of like capital in Europe. Certainly my favorite capital, and one of my favorite cities, definitely. So yeah, right now I'm just gonna kind of finish packing, gonna take a shower, and tomorrow I have to go to the airport at like 5 a.m. so it's gonna be fun. But yeah, for now that's the end of the vlog, and yeah, see you next week, where I think we're going to my parents near Austria for Easter, so that should be fun. So yeah, see you next week. Bye.